Go, go, go! Okay. Go, go, gadget, ink and paint. So we're going to do ink. We're going to try to do the ink in Blender. That's what we're doing. So, what we should do, here's the shot so far. We're coming out of this shot, and which was done in Krita, and now we're jumping over to Blender 2.8 for this shot that continues it. Boom. And then it goes to black, and then for those who are curious, after it goes up from black, this will be developed into a proper shot of Zen approaching Akari and saying, "Hey, Akari? Akari?" Okay, that's what's going on. So, in order to accomplish this, we want to be somewhat intelligent about our ink work. So, with that in mind, I'm going to go here to this, it's called lines, but I'm going to change the name to ink N1. Is there a simple way to like duplicate a layer here? Duplicate. Duplicate. Okay, so actually the ninja should be on top. Okay, so that creates a little bit of a problem with our naming. This would be Akari. I don't care about capitalization, I just care about getting these babies labeled. Okay, so boom boom N1, just because he's always been known as Ninja 1. Save. Okay, so whether we will actually put the ninja, if we'll use the ninja layer when we get to this part, I don't know. I don't usually put multiple shots. Frankly, I'll tell you what I really should do here is probably ink and paint up to this cut. But see, we're cutting back to the same shot too. One could argue that I should be inking and painting and rendering these separately so that we have well, you guys get what I'm trying to say. So let's just rock and roll here. I'm going to go to frame 1, and what we see is that Ninja number 1, I'm going to go ahead and draw his ponytail, kind of like so. And now I'm actually going to switch. By the way, this is called you might wonder, why is this called Pogo Ink? Let me save my work here. It's called Pogo Ink because I noticed that the character of the lines is similar to the lines I remember seeing Walt Kelly use in the Pogo comic strip. Yeah, that's why it's called Pogo Ink. Now this ink actually has smoothing baked in. The only issue I see is, boy, if this is our actual size, gosh, golly lollipop. I don't know about for radius of 5. I'm thinking we should raise this up. Nope. Keep going. Keep going. Yeah, now it's got a little bit of a, at least the ability to be made larger, bolder, darker, etc., etc., etc. You know why I say etc., etc., etc. the way I do? When I was a kid, there was this thing called the 4 o'clock movie on Channel 5. So every day at 4 o'clock there would be a movie. And I remember seeing the preview for, I'm pretty sure it was The King and I, Yul Brynner. And the clip in the preview was this kid saying, I have no idea what the kid was saying, but it ended with etc., etc., etc. So, For some bizarre reason, I remember that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, we get to here, we've got to go boop and put in a key. And then when we get to here, okay, hold on a second. Yes, I'm in the correct layer. So this needs to be duplicated to here. Now keep in mind, once we get to the point where we paint this, of course, I could go ahead and you know, paint the first one and then just delete the duplicate. But for now, we'll leave the duplicated ink in there. You don't want to go too crazy with this though, because if you duplicate a bunch of frames, you know, this is what happens every time. Is then you go back and you paint the first one. You go, wait a second, I should have waited until it was painted before I duplicated it. Now I got to go paint all the other ones, which we kind of want to avoid. Now, I have actually not been in Blender for a while, and I do believe I've actually forgotten. If you can believe this, folks, and I'm so sorry to make you sit through my silliness, but I, believe it or not, literally do not remember how to turn off the onion skins. Isn't that stupid? That's crazy. All right, so I'm gonna do what I know you would do if you were in my position, which is you would turn this. You would, okay, really, folks, trying to drag a browser down here. Okay, so you go Blender 2.8, turn off onion skins. That's amazing. You'd think where it would go is just go to the manual. You know, just go to the online manual. And, I mean, this is from December 2018. It's a bug report. This is hilarious. That is so, it's just so sad. Don't know how to turn the onion skins off. Just don't remember. And there's nothing in here that helps. Unless I want to sit through a video. That's insane. I'm just going to literally just not care. I'll probably stumble across it here sometime while I'm working. So you guys who know Blender 2.8, obviously I was using it for quite a while, a few weeks back, and I did turn off onion skins. It's just that I've been using Krita for a couple weeks, and when I haven't been using Krita, I've been using mostly OpenTunes, and I just literally do not remember. Just don't remember. What is the hotkey? Where, you know, and this is the problem with Blender 2.8. It's actually the biggest problem with Blender 2.8, is that when it comes to buttons and stuff, just nothing is even, I mean, you could argue it's kind of sort of like Blender 2.79, but I mean, there's just so much stuff that's like in different places, and you just, how do you turn off the onion skins? Used to be over here. Go to the bottom, fill, preview. Not in here. Is it here? There's onion skinning. Jeez, oh Pete. Look at that. Isn't that sad? Okay, so what I want to do, I'm saying it's sad because what I want to do is just turn it off. Just kill it. Can't do it. There's no like off switch. Okay, fine. We'll make a transparent. Guys, if you wonder, you know, it isn't that as a paradigm for how the software should work, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, nothing wrong with that at all. What's wrong with it is the fact that it used to not be that way, and there's not really any obvious compelling reason why it's a good idea for it to be different, right? So, but that's part of the bumpy road of you know, the Blender 2.8 development pathway, I suppose, is there's been a few things along the way where it's kind of like, well, gee, this seems like a good idea, so let's just change it, and then later it gets changed again. It's perfectly understandable. A lot of people have different opinions about what is or isn't a good idea. Anyway, I'm just complaining. I shouldn't be complaining. I don't mean to be a complainer. It's because I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed to like dive in here. I'm trying to create like really a good animation using a very good tool, and it's obvious that I don't even know what I'm doing. I mean, I'm just like flopping around like a fish out of water. And that's a little embarrassing. So sorry about that, folks. I shouldn't actually take it out on Blender. It's not really Blender's fault. Right. So go here. Yep. We'll just kind of go like this. Better check that against the old one. Boom. Yeah, that's not happening, folks. Boom. A boom. A boom. Boom. Alright. Next key. Okay, that doesn't work. This is kind of a no-no in animation. When you have these like bizarre coincidences where edges like line up perfectly for no apparent reason. Okay. So there's Ninja 1, and then we'll just go boop to create a key and actually just erase that. And so now we've got, at least insofar as ink goes, Ninja 1's layer is done. Now, should we actually have the ponytail in here? I actually think we should. Let's put it in this one, and then we will maybe cut and paste the strokes. So what I'm going to do is go like this, and then just go like this. So there's just some indication, and then what I'm going to do is jump into edit mode. Go grab. Okay, Alt for select linked, Control C, and Control V. So just paste them in. And this is actually the quintessential example of what I was talking about, where it really would probably be better to just draw the ninjas. Actually, there's one more thing. I was going to say draw ninja's head one time and only animate the stuff that's got to be changed. Here we see what we really want to do now is go to sculpt mode. And okay, I need to make this. Actually, I wonder if this is a little misguided. I think I'm going to do. Okay, stop. Let's lock the red pencil layer. That way we can't accidentally grab it. So now what I want to do is I want to go. Okay, why is the red pencil layer still being selected? Because I clicked this and nothing happened. Okay, that's fine. There we go. Okay. So let's go like this, and I'm hitting the shift key. I want to reduce the influence a little bit. That's probably good. No, it's not good. No, it's not. I know this is stretching his eyes too, but that's okay. Just want to find the middle ground here, because the problem is it seems to me that we are it's not changing enough. There we go, that's better. Okay, that's cool. Alright, so now we can go get on with it. Let's save our work. Did I just hear my phone again? I think I did. What's going on? Okay, so let's go here. And let's see. Okay, well that's good. The onion skinning seems to stay transparent. So now, shall we do Zen? Let's do Zen. Okay, so let's go back here and grab this frame right here. Okay, we need to be in ink mode, well, draw mode, I guess you should say. And what we're going to want to do here is draw his body, and then we'll duplicate the drawing and then just change his head. So Zen, let's get you inked, young man. Let's get you inked. Oh, wrong everything. Charcoal ink. Now I kind of feel like maybe my radius is too big, so let's drop this back down a little bit. We want to have some pressure sensitivity so we can add a little bit of variation in the lines. But we don't want it to be quite as bold as Mr. Ninja's lines, since he's quite a close-up and in the foreground. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Ba-doom, ba-doom, doom, doom. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Why, Dave, are you singing like circus music? Well, that is the question, isn't it? Okay. I didn't give him too much bun, so I'm going to rectify that now. Rectify. I did not plan that. I did not plan that at all. That was completely random. Okay. Rectify. Oh my gosh. Okay. So that's fine. And now we will get a little bit closer to deal with his head. Boom, 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 boom. Do you guys find it annoying when I say boom, boom? If so, post it in the comments below. Or don't. It's up to you. I don't actually solicit comments very often. I don't frankly get a lot of comments either. A few here and there. Okay, so boom, boom. Feeling pretty good about that. So now what we need to do is take the Zen ink and we need to duplicate it here. Oh no, I'm sorry, my bad. And duplicate it here. Yep. And then we'll just pull in here. I'm going to hit Control Alt. And it just erases everything, which is Jim Dandy great. Probably need to be a little careful here because it seems to me we were getting a little more particular about his, like his chin and things like that. when I did the pencil test. I don't want to get sloppy. Granted, this is not the close-up, but I guess my point is that when I did the pencil test, the close-up was a blow-up of this shot. So the question I'm asking myself is, should I be getting it perfect now, or should I plan on redrawing it in the close-up? My inclination is to redraw it in the close-up. Boom. Okay. That pretty well worked, I would say. Let's go. Okay, so now we got to jump to the close-up, but let's skip past that. Let's duplicate this here, and now we'll go in here and go ahead and deal with the close-up. Okay. So yeah, you can see that the lines are, well, relatively speaking, they look thinner, I guess would be a good way to say what I was trying to say. Yeah, I was correct. When I did the pencil test, I went ahead and got a little more particular. See, I don't like that at all. That was bad. I got more particular about his chin. Okay, and I'm going to zoom really close in here and let's really try to get this right. Alright, again, I may have mentioned this earlier, I'm monitoring my phone a little closer than normal because it's Father's Day, so the kids were trying to reach their old dad. You know how it goes. Okay, so now I think I'm going to go with that, actually. I was not sure if I wanted to handle his eyebrows that way, but I think so. So I would say we're going to have to put a copy here, and then, gosh, the only thing different, this is obnoxious to have to do it this way, but okay, I'll just zoom way in, kinda sorta, so I don't mess things up. Okay, does that look alright? Ooh, we don't want to forget the slight change in the mouth. Okay, now the question does become, do we want to try to leverage this drawing the way we did before? I would say it's probably worth a try. So we would jump into edit mode, grab, I'm gonna suggest that we want to grab everything like there, put our anchor point there, and we need to make sure that we're centered on the 3D cursor. Okay, for that, I mean, you know, we could try it again. We could try it again. Okay, okay. There's some drawing that's going to have to be done, but that actually came out pretty nice. Alright, so therefore, let's go back into draw mode. And we'll just work in reverse here and erase a little bit. Erasey, okay. And here, we don't have to erase as much, but a little bit. Alright, let's go. Let's just dig right in here and see what we have. We've got a fairly generous bicep. Yes, Zen is built like a truck, isn't he? He's built like a truck. That's fine. I think that's good. Okay. And here, obviously there's a little more distortion that has gone on, but basically, I didn't like that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I think we're good. I like the way he's so nonchalant. Okay, and now here we've got to go click, erase. Just insert a key. And then the question is, can we pull off this shot with a duplication? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Let's give it a crack. I don't think I want to, actually. I kind of feel like I'd rather ink this one manually, because the scale of the ink lines is going to be a little different. I want to allow this to have a little bit more detail, a little bit more blocky feeling with his anatomy. I mean, I like drawing superheroes. I really do. So, Zen is fun to draw. This is probably a little bit bulbous, let's say. Let's go like that. Okay. Boom. Just going to keep my lines nice and smooth. I'm going to cut this off here, cut that off there so that it can be filled easily. I mean, I like drawing female anatomy too. Basically, human figures I enjoy. I've always been a big fan of the, I don't know, I guess you'd say fantasy artists like Frazetta and Buscema, who were quite good with anatomy. Quite good, I say. Okay. Again, I like the nonchalant characteristic of Zen's expression. I like that even better too, because it's almost like he's smiling a little bit. And that's good. That's consistent with who he is as a person. Well, this is, you know, a lot of the changes that have taken place along the way with this thing have to do with me drawing or animating something, and then Valerie brings it to my attention that whatever I did, you know, the animation might be good, the drawing might be good, but it doesn't necessarily fit the character, and it's my fault because I don't yet know the characters well enough to sort of know what they would do in all circumstances. It's a very important thing, you know, to know if you're writing a screenplay or an animation or whatever it is. It's very important to be able to say that, you know, this is what my character would do in thus and such a circumstance. You need to know your characters. So I'm going to add a little bit of deltoid action there, just because it's fun. Alright, and now let's go ahead and we can honestly be a little sloppier here, because These are on 2s. It's going by really fast. As long as we get the main essence of the shapes and anatomy, we're going to be okay. So that's what we'll do. Boom. Boom. Oh yeah, I said put a if you don't like me saying boom when I'm on a roll, then you can feel free to make a comment. Dave, stop saying boom. Or don't. You know, same thing here. The hand anatomy is important, but it's not massively important because it's going by really, really fast. Now I'm going to put a little bit of muscle action in here. I think we decided some time ago that at least on guys, well, I suppose on girls too, but we would never show nipples in an anime, right? At least not this family-friendly anime. So then the question became, well, do you show nipples on a guy? Answer, I don't know. I think we kind of decided the answer was going to be no. But if the lovely and gracious Miss Valerie comes back and says, well, actually, I kind of want to see the nipples, I'll be like, okay. And we'll stick them in there. And that's about all there is to it. So the thing that's good about Blender is, whoops, I got that kind of in the wrong place, is the smoothing. I think the smoothing on the brushes in Blender are quite good. Okay, so here we go. Obviously the most important thing from Mr. Ninja's perspective is the very ham-fisted knuckle sandwich he's about to eat. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, I'm saying boom again. Right? I guess that makes me a boomer. But I'm not a baby boomer. If I was, I'd be a lot older than I am. My mom is a baby boomer. Both of my moms. My biological mom and my adopted mom. Although, to be accurate, my biological mom is actually about 10 years younger than my adopted mom, who was born in the Jim Dandy year of 1937. Okay, so now this, I'm just going to put a little indication right there, but basically we are not going to see this. This is going to go by so fast that I'm literally, the anatomy doesn't even matter. Here, you know, we just want to cut that off. We'll put in the indicator of his belt. I'm not going to be super strict about the belt. I am well aware that in earlier shots the belt was delineated more explicitly. So it's just a little different vibe when you're knocking out a shot that you know is going to go by on 2s. Maybe I'm wrong about that. You know, maybe Aaron Blaze would take me to task and tell me that, no, Dave, you need to give complete and full attention to a great level of detail, even on the frames that go by in the blink of an eye. I don't know. And if he did tell me that, I'd say, well, Aaron, you're a fairly accomplished animator, so I guess I ought to listen to what you say. Because he is. Aaron Blaze. Alright. This is a really ham-fisted knuckle sandwich. Boom, 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 boom. I love it. I love the gratuitous violence. Okay, I'm just going to kind of put in a couple little wrinkle indicators here. That's going to be Zen's hair. We're not going to see too much else. But I am going to go ahead and draw this eye. Boom. Probably need to do a little erasing there. Okay, so now anatomically, I'm kind of banking on the idea that a radically foreshortened view here is going to kind of make sense. I kind of blew that, didn't I? Radically foreshortened. So again, I don't want to make excuses, but if we look at this, I'm just going to draw this in here. I may redo this in, like, I don't know, OpenTunes or something. I just want to put something in there because we need to end it. End the animation of Zen. So I'm going to turn the sketch off, so we're not going to see a car. Wait. Oh, I forgot I put a car on our separate sketch layer, so that's great. So I can actually keep a car while previewing my ink. Sehr gut. Okay. Here you see the importance of shadows. You can tell this is going to require a lot more detail. This all looks fine because, again, it goes by really fast. Really fast. But there is, what was it I saw? Oh, right there. Yes, very good. I am a silly goose. I cannot believe I did that. I literally left out the back of the poor guy's head. Boom. Okay, so the smart thing to do here so we don't get chatter is to go select linked, Control C, go to the next key, and paste it in. And then go back to draw mode. Okay. So, yeah, you can definitely see where the coloring and the shadows is going to really help this thing. Now, one good thing, when I initially learned this about Blender 2.8, it kind of bothered me, like it was a bit of a bug, but what you can do in Blender 2.8 is you can actually set the screen like this. So like right here, obviously these are not closed shapes right here, but if I go like this, it'll still get filled up to this edge. So is that a bug or is that a feature? You can decide that for yourself. Okay, so now let's go to the Akari layer. We got to get her inked, and let's see what my timing is here. Yeah, I'm over 38 minutes, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get Akari inked, and then I think we're going to leave. We're going to have a part 4, and the part 4 will be paint. And then we'll get the background mapped in there. Okay, so what is kind of standing out about this shot is I'm not killing myself to make sure all the shapes are closed in the details of her face. Am I going to regret that? I don't know. I mean, this is definitely a fairly cartoony thing we're portraying here. And as far as actual size goes, I mean, actual size would be about like that. So there's going to have to be some hand painting to sort of close these shapes and stuff. So no problem. Okay, so now here I'm going to be a little less sloppy about this cloth that she's covered with, right? Because it's kind of important, I guess. You know, she is covered up by Zen's garment. That's what I've been calling it throughout the show. Okay, so now I am going to put her knee in there. Should I extend this all the way out to here just for accuracy's sake? Maybe, because then her foot would be there. But if we're going to do this, we probably should put something there, because she does have her nightie on. It's just okay, I'm going to go ahead and dupe this. I think I'm going to dupe it 3 times. Okay. And then, why do we have... Okay, I guess there's 5 of them. So we'll put that there. And then, well, she's just gonna stay put. And then, right here, we'll have to have a blank keyframe. And then this shot, I believe, is going to return here, if I am not mistaken. Well, okay, we'll do that later, because obviously we've got to use the redrawn version. So, okay. So now we'll go back here, and let's draw these. Okay. So my thinking is, let's just go from essentially here. Ah, shoot. Okay. I'm going to lock Zen, and I'm going to lock the ninja, so I can't accidentally do what I just did, which is erase something that I didn't mean to. Okay, so let's just take this off. Take this off. And okay. And since we're here, let's just work backwards. Alright, and we're gonna just put in that indication of her hand, and we'll go ahead and let that be the color of her nightie, just to exercise a little bit of propriety. Again, we'll just cut her arm off there. And then this is obviously following the contour of her breasts. And, you know, I would say also that, again, this is going by very, very quickly. So the continuity on the wrinkles is not actually that hugely important. But let's try not to be stupid about it, right? Okay. So okay. Losing my glasses. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just keep this sketchy. You're going to need her ear there. Better close that shape so it can fill properly. And probably should put an indication there for her neck. Again, so that I can just fill it without too much fuss. Okay. So, I don't know, I guess we'll put a border there for lack of a better idea. Alright, let's just see how it feels. Let's turn off the Akari sketch. Let's go back to the beginning. I wonder about one thing. I'm going to go duplicate and let's just see how this works. Let's give it a try. I'm going to go duplicate and I'm going to put this on 3s. Oops, got these reversed. Sorry. Okay, again, want them on 3s. One more. Boom. And one more. You'll see this is might not make perfect sense now because you don't realize what I'm going to do here. I'm going to now go like this. Boom, boom. 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 Oops. Okay. Ah, shoot. I did the same thing again. I hate that. I wish that, you know, again, as always, you know, there's always things you can complain about. I kind of wish Blender would, when you make a duplicate like that, that it would jump to the keyframe you're on, but, eh. Okay. Now we'll just duplicate it here. And we'll just see if it worked. You know, who knows? It's worth a try. Not horrible. Not horrible. Okay, so this is going to 250, which is obviously ridiculous. Okay, not too shabby, not too shabby. I don't know if it's quite working. What I probably will do is duplicate this layer just so I can put the little sort of smoky effecty thing in its own layer so I don't have to keep repainting Akari. But that brings us to 48 minutes and basically we're ready to ink this thing. So with that, I'm going to play it back one more time. Pretty close to full size. And just make sure I'm happy with it. And then we'll plan on doing ink in an, or I'm sorry, paint in a separate shot. And we'll also deal with this effect. This effect is obviously, there's a lot of ways we could play this. The important thing for me is that whatever happens here with this POW effect is that it's going to go to black, and then just a second later it's going to come up from black, and that's when we'll see Zen be coming over here going, Akari? So there's going to be a definite drop to black fairly rapid drop to black and up from black effect there. So with that, I will say save early, save often, and as you know, there will be more later.